pushing the boundaries of expectations, and rewriting the rules of adventure are the reasons we get up in the morning. This is a way of life, a huge and growing community of explorers and adventurers, leading the way, blazing new trails, and raising the bar. We share your hunger for a life without limits, and we know you'll stop at nothing to get there.
Well, greetings and welcome back for another adventure of attracting our best lives together. I'm Stephen Canyon. So glad you could join us. StephenCanyon.com is the website. And while visiting, please make sure that you sign up to receive insights. And also while visiting, knock on the door of our private Facebook group and you will be immediately invited in to begin interacting with all the other kinetic believers. Another great tool for staying motivated on your kinetic belief journey is by receiving KB text messages. And I love staying involved and personally in touch with all you guys. Simply text the word kinetic to 31996 and you are available only in the U.S. for now. Hello, Miss Meg.
Hello.
How are you today?
Of course, I'm wonderful.
I see you have a hot cup of tea.
I do. It's very cozy on a rainy day.
I should have done that.
See,
I
asked you if you wanted some. You said no.
I know, but now
I should know better.
I changed my mind.
You think I'd know better by now and just make it for you.
We always make it look better than it is.
I'm over here.
I want one.
Dramatically drinking my tea.
You know, we watched a show. I was just thinking about the other day. It was a challenge, which actually was really entertaining. It was a challenge to build a replica of the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car
that flew.
That to actually fly, just like the Chitty, and look like it.
Yes.
But also, really fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was really interesting watching this poor guy try to figure out how to put wings under this old car.
So many prototypes that he had to go through, and it looked very emotional.
But the reason I was thinking about it is you said that you heard, correct me or remind me. You said you heard of somebody or someone that watched that movie over and over and over.
Well, it was part of the show. It was part of the show, and you had stepped out of the room, and this guy came on, and he had like over 2,000 things of memorabilia from the show, and he said he watches the show at least once a week. It's like a 3-hour movie.
Now, I find that fascinating. And
you're about to miss the best part.
I thought you were done.
Oh, no. He had a full Chitty Chitty Bang Bang mural back tattoo. It took up his whole back.
Are you really?
Yeah, and the host was like, well, I'm terrified. No. I'm absolutely terrified when he showed
What was it of the car?
Oh, it was a mural. It was like, remember in TGI Fridays when they would have like those weird murals for the whole city?
Yes.
It was a lot like that. So, they had like the car at the top and all the faces and all the characters. Like, whole back. Yeah. That's dedication.
I don't even know.
I can't imagine being that committed to something.
Well, no, okay. So, all right, here's a question for you. What movie would you have done as a mural on your back as a tattoo?
Oh my goodness!
If you had to, all right, because you would have to. Obviously, you're not going
goodness. If I had to,
it's a mural and it's of that movie and it's tattooed.
Do I have to watch the movie every week as well? Is that what's happening?
If I have to look at your back.
I don't know.
Yes, you will have to. That's your punishment. Right? You're going to have to watch the movie.
I'm sure it would be something from childhood because, no adult movies are interesting enough. Like, I've got Born Identity tattooed on my back. No. Like, it'd have to be like Aladdin or something.
But it would be the mural. Oh, yeah, right? A Disney something or another.
James Bond. No.
Yeah?
Not quite.
Wizard of Oz, maybe something kind of. I guess
Wizard of Oz is so similar. It's fantastical, like Chitty Chitty Bang. I have to say, I loved that movie. I did watch it a lot as a kid.
I want to watch it again. I don't think I've seen it.
I had to fast forward the child snatcher parts. They scared me.
Yeah.
So I didn't really watch those. But
interesting. There really are people though that will watch a movie over and over and over, and I'll bet you more so even now as a way of being comforted.
Absolutely.
The Sound of Music is one that comes to mind. Oh. I know there are people that are fanatics about The Sound of Music.
I love that movie.
But they've watched it 300, 400, 500 times.
Whoa.
That's a lot of...
I have to say I was more... When I was younger, I don't know what that is, but I was just more willing to sort of wear out a movie.
Well, what movie can you watch over and over and over and just without getting tired of it?
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah.
The newer one with Keira Knightley. I think I've said that on here before, though. Yeah. I love that. How about you?
Over and over. I don't know.
And B?
I don't think. I don't have that in my personality yet.
Yeah.
If I see it once,
I could. I could. Not that I do. You asked if I could.
Yeah, without getting tired of it. Actually, probably, we saw this not long ago. It was Singing in the Rain, which was
I could watch
better than
a lot.
I had remembered. And I think it was just, it's like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
At the exact right time, when you just know that you need that kind of infusion. And it was magical.
Well, and it has so much in it. Every moment they just absolutely, they worked so hard to pack it with entertainment. And something similar to that is White Christmas. I could watch White Christmas a lot.
Well, we could do this all day. And
Kinetic Belief.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
If you've just joined us for the first time, this is not a movie.
Let's
podcast.
move. Let's jump in here. Kinetic belief. What is kinetic belief? In today's topic, can you believe it? Kinetic belief. That's how we use the law of attraction to be able to manifest anything that is desired. And regardless of who it is that you are, anybody. Regardless of who your parents are, what kind of money you have, education, whatever it is, your circumstances will change. At home, they change. At work, your circumstances change with your health. They'll change. Your circumstances will change in traffic, in a parking lot. They will change toward aligning with your expectations, good or bad. But now it's the discipline of kinetic belief that enables a person to be able to predetermine their circumstances. Mm-hmm. Actually be in control of your circumstances in ways that are really quite remarkable, because it seems like it would be out of your control, but you are in control through kinetic belief. It's the discipline of kinetic belief that enables anyone to be able to predetermine their circumstances. And it's by knowing how to use kinetic belief that we intentionally change our circumstances. And kinetic belief combines quantum entanglement theory with the law of faith to be able to willfully change the universe, and we do it through observation. Look, life, by default, it favors the human imaginative spirit. It removes all of the ifs and all of the buts, and it reminds me of a saying I heard once. If ifs and buts were beers and nuts, we would all have a heck of a party. How true is that? But
there's a T-shirt.
This removes all of the ifs and the buts and all of the excuses for failure. All of those attraction blockers, and the substance of life favors the creative spirit of what it is that we believe.
So by favor, you're saying that when someone isn't imagining excuses, which block the attraction of what we actually desire, if we're not coming up with excuses, then the favor of success is automatically ours.
Wow. Well stated. Yes.
In summary,
the universe contains every possible abundant life-giving force to support the beliefs of the human spirit. We are of the universe, not out of it. In the creative realm, well, take love, for example. Love, we talk about love, we write about love, sing about love, but love is an actual quantum substance. As we know it.
Yes.
In quantum theory, love is the attraction force of quantum entanglement. And one of the strangest aspects of quantum physics is that of entanglement, which many of our listeners have probably heard of by now. In quantum theory, researchers have noted that if they observe a particle in one place, a corresponding particle, even if one that may be light years away, will instantly change its properties, as if the two are connected by some sort of mysterious ability to be able to communicate one with the other. So scientists have been observing this phenomenon in microscopic objects such as atoms and electrons. But in two new studies, researchers report that they're seeing entanglement in objects visible to the naked eye now. Wow. Now think about this, because usually science it's comprehended first by what can be macroscopically or observed with the naked eye first, and then, that's interesting, that's really fascinating, I think I'm going to throw it under a microscope. I'm going to reduce it down and see what's in that to make it work. But the there's there's an interesting open question here where theoretical physics is concerned. And the question is, how far does entanglement go up in scale? Because we talk about the quantum micro, but enlarging it, how far does entanglement really go? I mean, you have the scale of planets and galaxies.
Right.
Eventually, science researchers are going to catch up with their proofs to be able to demonstrate what kinetic belief has been demonstrating for centuries. And that is that the substance of faith, the force of belief, the power of belief, the authority of belief, the ability of belief, it entangles to attract at all levels, not only in the micro, but also in the macro. Attraction is universal principle, regardless of the size. So, which stands now to reason that all things are constructed from the same particles, regardless of the size. Mm-hmm. Einstein believed that the ability of separated objects, in this case quantum particles, to share a condition or state, regardless of distance, he said it was spooky action at a distance. I like that, actually.
I love that.
But that just means it's spooky because at that particular time, no one really understood the cause and effect, the why and the how.
Right.
So things have certainly changed since then.
That reminds me, though, that you used to say all the time when talking about those that didn't get understanding. They weren't getting the understanding of how a kinetic believer was just getting the results they were getting. That you would always say that attraction was Scooby-Doo spooky.
Exactly. So,
which I love.
I was thinking this is what Einstein was saying.
Don't worry about it. It's just Scooby-Doo spooky.
Yeah. Well, the substance of belief is manipulating the invisible to become visible. And so it can appear really as some kind of magic. And even though there is an experimental theoretical reason that kinetic belief changes our circumstances, there is a very real cause and effect that is in operation here. The energetics of grateful acceptance, or what we call love, attracts without merit whatever it is that is desired by an imagination, uninterrupted by doubt, worry, or fear. The creator of everything loves all that was created. And where there is alignment with all, when we align ourselves with love, with all, there's plenty of love. And where there is plenty of love, there's abundance.
Right. Wow.
There's plenty.
Yes.
The more love one has, the more access one has to plenty, to abundance. And now, so the bigger question is, do you believe that? Do you believe what I just said? Because if you've ever received a gift, was given a dream job, given a promotion, had someone unexpectedly tell you what you mean to them, if you found unexpected favor in any way at all, perhaps while you were still a child, and then you probably do believe that your Creator loves you on a simple, basic level. Mm-hmm. You probably have that beginning of the mechanism of belief for love already at work within you.
That knowing.
If you found favor, and it wasn't merited in some way, it surprised you, a surprised gift, a favor from a stranger. So on a basic level, then you understand love. But now that you're an adult, ask yourself the question again, considering all of your life experiences, do you really believe, that the universe contains every possible abundant life-giving force in support of you? Not against you, but in support of you. Creation contains extravagant abundance giving, props that love you, and not because of something you've done, not because you've earned it, not because you said the right thing, not because you've somehow freed yourself from guilt, not because you have the right family name, not because you're the right race, color, creed, any of those things, but simply because you were created as a work of someone else's desire. Now, can struggle to like that or not. You can struggle and squirm to try to believe it or not. You can wrangle with it mentally and try to conceptualize it and doubt it or not. But the truth is, none of us are of our own making. We simply get to choose whether or not we're going to excel in abundance or not. And we choose by either aligning our cognizant expectations with abundance, or if we doubt it, that's why this is so important, or worry or have fear, or if we're just bitter, angry, or in any kind of negative emotional state, and it's just we prolong that, that's often an indication that we're just not aligned with abundance. We just don't really believe it. So do you trust in your enthusiastic gratitude for your expectations to manifest into your life? When you get up in the morning, do you trust in it? When you lay down at night, are you enthusiastically grateful? Do you believe in the power of abundance when you're at work and when you're at home and when you're surrounded by other kinetic believers who love and encourage you? When you edify and them and they champion you, do you really truly believe that you are attracting abundance and that all is well? Do you kinetically believe, that is unwaveringly believe that you represent the things that you desire? Even if you can't see it in the natural yet, do you believe it when you're all alone?
You know, those are such important questions that you're posing, aren't they? Because how we answer it just explains so much about where we are, just, you know, in terms of the effectiveness of our kinetic belief, right?
Well, and we talk about that all the time, is where are we in our journey?
Yes.
And we look back, we love to look back and say, oh my gosh, okay, ready, set, go, 1 year ago.
Right.
Look at where we were 1 year ago. And then we measure the progress by looking back at old photos and where we were in our walk of belief together, as kinetic believers together. And then we'll do the same thing. Can you imagine 1 year from now? And we've never been able to do that.
We've never been correct.
But it's fun to try. But in the practice of both of those, the one constant denominator between us is that of gratitude.
Yes.
Of recognizing favor in the universe, recognizing the power of love and the power of attraction.
Right. It's so powerful, isn't it? Everything you just listed. I mean, these are things that we can, I'm just so grateful for these tools, these daily tools that we can implement every single moment. It can pull us up out of a bad way of thinking. It can rearrange circumstances. It's just phenomenal. And if you don't know, you don't know. You know, that sounds silly, but being equipped with that knowledge is everything.
Imagine a time traveler traveling from the 19th century into present day, and they're handed the keys to a car.
Right.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible. Right. Just don't know.
Yeah.
And it's the knowledge, experiential knowledge, and knowing what tools to use.
Yes.
Knowing how to use kinetic belief changes everything. And then the familiarity of it, it becomes second nature, to where now all of a sudden, get up in the morning, first thing you do without even thinking about it is you check your belief. Do you really believe that the universe was structured to favor you because love created you? Right. It's because, look, it's how we feel about what we choose to believe. That is what will actually change the way that we interact with our desires. It changes the way that we interact with our families. And most importantly, the way that we interact with ourselves. Right. Every person has always had the ability to either cause the creation of their desires or prevent their desires from manifesting. The law of kinetic belief says this: there is one substance for all things which fills the interspaces of the universe. The quantum bias of every life form entangles with this substance to advance life. Kinetic belief is the creative authority of spiritual beings, while having this natural experience to be able to willfully exercise dominion over the substance for advancing the mind, body, and soul toward perfected completion. Kinetic belief is not forming a shape from the universe by using the imagination and having what you desire just simply poof appear in a moment right before your eyes. Just drop the cape and there's the new form.
Abracadabra.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a new car, for example, just by impressing the thought of a new car into the creative substance, the car's not going to just form in your driveway or anywhere else without first being manufactured. But look,
Yes.
if it's a new car that you want, through the creative power of kinetic belief, hold the mental image of it with the most positive certainty and gratitude that the car is being made and it's on its way to you. And then once forming the thought, stir up the most absolute and unquestioning belief that that car is coming, and never think of it, never speak of it in any other way than as being sure that the car will arrive for you. Claim it is already yours, and it'll be brought to you by the power of the creative universe, acting upon the authoritative will of spiritual beings, having a natural experience. And look, if you live in California, and it may be someone that will be brought from Colorado or England to engage in some kind of transaction that's going to result in you getting exactly what you want. And this is important because when that new car comes to you through kinetic belief, the car manifesting into your life will be just as much a benefit to the one bringing the car to you, an advantage to them, as you receiving the car is an advantage to you.
I love that. Wow.
In other words, the substance of all things hoped for in gratitude is advantageous to all of life. Creative authority and dominion is aligned for the advancing of all of life. It's communicating abundance and expansion to everybody, all things, while it can influence all simultaneously. There's not a winner and there are no winners and losers when kinetic belief attraction is present. Everybody increases.
Yes. Yep.
Well, what about the car? The desire for expansion, the predominant force of creation, favors life, and the favor for better living has caused the creation of all cars that have already been made, and it can cause the creation of millions more cars. And it will, actually, whenever a person sets their will in motion by desire, and the kinetic energetics of belief and kinetic energy of actionable faith is present. Anyone can certainly have a new car in their driveway. And if you don't have a driveway, you can have that too. If you want a garage for it and you don't have one, you can also have a garage, just as surely that you can have any other thing or things which you desire.
Yes.
And which you will use for the advancement of your own life, and this is important, for the lives of others as well.
Right.
It is to the delight of creation that abundance is freely attracted, and that no one should ever hesitate to ask for whatever it is that they desire in the biggest way that you can possibly think of and imagine. Kinetic belief works the same way for something small as it does for something big, so don't waste your belief for some small things. It works. It doesn't matter what it is. Go for the biggest. Go for the greatest. Go for the most magnificent version of whatever it is that you can think of or imagine. And for those that are establishing their lives by keeping a manifesting journal, listen, to attract your abundant desires for some people, they may think that that's just someone who's greedy. To want bigger cars, bigger houses, nicer this, whatever. But here's what most people don't realize. The creative substance that permeates all things is also made of desire. And it wants to experience and it wants to live all that is possible in each one of us. And the substance of creation wants you to have all that you can possibly think of or imagine to use for increasing your life abundantly and for the benefit of all of life.
Wow. I love just knowing that the substance of belief, the substance of creation actually contains desire within it. And what you're saying is that the substance, that it wants us to have all that we can think or imagine. So if we don't have everything we desire, then, we're actually, I guess a contradiction to to what we're even supposed to be.
Yeah, I like that. Yes, we are contradiction to what we're supposed to be, a universal creative contradiction. That's correct. You know, the creative substance that permeates all things is also made of desire, and it wants to experience and live all that is possible in each one of us. And it's the selfish person who is the one that says, well, I just don't require much. All I need is just enough to pay my bills. That's a selfish person. Why not have more than enough to pay your bills and pay somebody else's too?
I love that.
Fix upon your consciousness this eternal truth regarding creation. And that is that the desire that you feel for the possession of anything from riches to health is one with the desire of God for the complete expression of you to be able to advance into reality. Wow. Believe this fundamental abundant life mandate. And your belief will absolutely become invincible. And you'll be able to move forward into dream-busting, worry, doubt, and fear, destructive energetics. And that's what we want to do, is to get to the place where we don't have any more worry or doubt or fear, and believe it and trust in it. Trust in love. Yes. Just say this out loud. Say, I'm trusting in love.
I'm trusting in love.
I'm attracting and exuding joy.
I'm attracting and exuding joy.
I'm flowing with positive energetics.
I'm flowing with positive energetics.
I'm radiating positivity.
I am radiating positivity.
And everyone can see it.
And everyone can see it.
I've become the embodiment of abundant success.
I've become the embodiment of abundant success.
I'm manifesting the life of my greatness.
I am manifesting the life of my greatness.
It's great because it's me.
It's great because it's me.
Today I'm imagining to double what I desire.
And today I'm imagining to double what I desire.
For more than enough.
For more than enough.
For all me and thee.
For all me and thee.
Today I'm full of the manifesting confidence.
Today I'm full of manifesting confidence.
That I can attract all things.
I can attract all things.
Through the joyful power.
Through the joyful power
of unconditional love.
Of unconditional love.
I'm so grateful for my life.
I'm so grateful for my life.
For each one of today's opportunities.
For each one of today's opportunities.
To be creative.
To be creative.
To be fun-loving.
To be fun-loving.
And to be happy.
And to be happy.
I'm so very grateful.
I'm so very grateful.
I'm so very excited.
I'm so very excited.
I'm so very happy.
I'm so very happy.
I'm so very glad.
I'm so very glad.
I'm becoming healthier right now.
I'm becoming healthier right now.
Ideas for more wealth.
Ideas for more wealth.
Are becoming clearer and clearer.
They're becoming clearer and clearer.
Today is the best day of my life.
Is the best day of my life.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
To be the architect of my life.
To be the architect of my
life. And to imagine the solid foundation.
And to imagine the solid foundation.
And I do think about its contents.
And I do think about its contents.
All things are possible for me.
All things are possible for me. Wow, what a podcast today. Isn't that it? We are the architects of our own lives. So all good things, they really are possible for us.
Absolutely.
And if you want to check out Stephen's amazing 100-day guided journal that just takes you seamlessly through this process of kinetic belief and manifestation, you can find that, as always, at StephenCanyon.com. And be sure and check out his newly released 21-day Attracting Abundance e-course that I'm just tearing up and tearing through. It's fantastic. Check that out, StephenCanyon.com. And you forgot to mention at the top of the podcast, follow you on Instagram at Stephen Canyon.
Of course, all is well. Sending out much love to all you creative KBs all over the world. And chin up, all is well. All is really well. And the best is always yet to come. And continue creating and designing and drafting your life, blueprinting it. Journal your highest viewpoints and thought forms for the tomorrows that you intend to live today.
Well, thanks for all the encouragement today, Steve. I think we all needed that little extra dose of the substance of love, and thanks as usual for all the wisdom.
Bye.